Hey everybody, John P.O. here, and today I'm going to introduce you to my pachinko machine. Now many of you may not know what a pachinko machine is. Basically I would best describe it as if you took a pinball machine and miniaturized it, and then put it upright and somehow crossed it with a slot machine, you'd get a pachinko machine. So let's take a look at mine and I'll show you how it works and what it does, and then look at some video version pachinko machines too. Well, here she is. This is my Popeye-themed pachinko machine, manufactured by a company called Sammy in Japan. And they're very popular in Japan, and Sammy is one of the biggest companies that makes these machines, as well as making video versions of these machines. Now, in Japan, they have whole parlors dedicated to pachinko machines, very much like casinos are here in the United States and elsewhere. But the interesting thing about Japan is gambling is illegal in Japan. So how the heck do they play these games of chance? Well, unlike slot machines and one-armed bandits, this machine is very different. And you'll notice throughout the board here, there's a bunch of brass tacks that are put all around. And that's there because there are these ball bearings that you actually buy from the parlor. And every parlor has its own ball bearings, which are these steel balls. And they're usually etched with the parlor's name so they know where they come from. You would buy a tray of these very heavy balls, find the machine that you liked, walk over to it, sit down, pour these balls into the machine's tray, and play the game. You don't use actual credits. And there's a knob in the game that you would turn, much like a shower knob would increase or decrease the strength of the water coming out of your shower. Well, this will increase and decrease how the balls fire out of the machine. And that's the knob right there. You would turn that knob, and it is illegal not only to play gambling stuff in Japan, but it's illegal to jam anything in there. So if you find that what you think is a sweet spot, oh yeah, there's an ashtray. If you find a sweet spot, you're not allowed to put anything to hold it there. You'd have to use your hand. So as I said earlier, you would buy these tray of balls, and this is the back. That's what the balls look like. Now, normally in a parlor, this would be inside a wall. You wouldn't be accessible to the back of the machine, but this is in my home, so of course I can just pull out a bunch of balls and put it in the tray there. So you would buy these balls, and the point is to get the balls to go in particular holes in the game, and if you do, more balls come out, and then you can take those balls eventually and trade them in for items. But you can't do it at the parlor. You'd have to go off-premise nearby within the same building. Usually they have something set up that you can then trade the balls in for, like a bike or some other item. There are some black market things set up where you can trade it in for cash, but that would be completely illegal and frowned upon. So here's the game plugged in. You can see there's an LCD screen there. Very neat. And there's the knob. You just turn it instantly and it starts firing out from the left-hand side. If you turn it all the way, the ball will just shoot all the way around and just drain. Basically, you lose it. So you have to find that middle area. But really, there is no, at least I don't think there is any real method to this, because it's so hard. The balls are random. There's so many pins that the ball has to hit on the way down. It's very hard to guide the ball. These machines can be set to pay out at different intervals by the operators. Some will pay out more than others, which is very much like a normal game of chance. There are different payout rates, and you can see you want to get it down here in the center there. And if the balls drop all the way to the bottom, they just go out to a little hole that drains to the back, and the machine keeps it. And it just goes down this hole and it goes to the back of the machine. You lose those balls. That's basically a drain like a pinball machine. And that is it feeding there. And if you do win balls, it just loads up into that tray. Now here's a scene. If I do the right moves and I get credited, you're granted a little animation, which are very interesting to see. Though they're in Japan. Sorry, they're in Japanese, so it's very strange to hear Popeye in Japanese. Aw, poor Popeye. Wait, my spinach! Oh yeah. I don't know what that says, but oh yeah. Looking good. Looking great. Looking really good. Oh, even better, I think. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh. That's not good. So let's take a look at the insides of one of these machines and what makes it tick. Obviously, a player would not have access to the key, but an operator would. The key opens it out, and this top tray is the payout tray. So when you are successful to get the ball in the right hole, it would pay down this long tray and come out into your tray in the front of the machine. And you can see it snake on down there. It's all high-tech stuff, boards, and the boards are all protected in plastic cases, which is very smart. So very easy to dust. This is the ball that collects the losing balls that you lose in the back, so that and you can see how many there are there. Lots of balls. And that's it. There you have it. That is an authentic Japanese pachinko machine by Sammy. Okay, so let's take a look at a video version of a pachinko machine. And whoa, what's this? The first thing you'll notice is it has a lot of sex content. Not to say that actual pachinko machines aren't made like this as well. There are some sexy themed pachinko machines, but you can do so much more with a video game version of a pachinko machine. Let's see, I'm going to read my Japanese. I think it says Sexy Casino Pachinko Machine. Oh, look at that, Sexy Casino. Well, let's start this thing up, put some credits in it. You can see we're buying balls. I'm not quite sure what that was all about, but you're basically going to fire the balls, and it goes down the pins just like a real pachinko machine, and the goal is to get it in the proper holes and to win balls back. You've got your slot-esque kind of rolling things in the middle where you have to match up to get bonuses. And it's pretty much a standard pachinko machine, which you pretty much would expect. Now, Sammy, the maker of my Popeye version pachinko machine, has done a couple of video versions, and if you're a fan of anime, and a fan of sexy anime especially, you will really enjoy what Sammy has done with their video version pachinko machines. Let's take a look at those next. So let's take a look at what our good friend Sammy could do. Whoa there. Right off the bat we can see that it is very buxom young ladies in anime style. And this would be sexy teenage schoolgirl. And of course you can't forget the sexy teenage tennis player that needs assistance in every other way possible. And if that's not your type, we have the older whiskey drinking, busty businesswoman, maybe married with a few kids, sex pot, I guess. Together they form Sexy Reaction Pachinko. I know that's what it says. I'm fluent. Alright. Or I just read that earlier. Alright, so let's put some credits in, and we're going to start off with her. I wish I knew what that all said there. I have no idea. Maybe they're stats. That would be sexist, wouldn't it? Yeah. They weren't stats. They were her high school and college IQ tests. Alright, so she's saying a bunch of words, and she's saying, I really like this blue dress. I really would like you to win me this blue dress, and I'll try it on for you. No, really, that's what she's saying, because when you hit the bonuses and win, quote-unquote, at this game, rather than being rewarded with useless video balls, you are rewarded with a video of this digitized sex kitten trying on that sexy dress. And there are various forms of dresses, and each one progressively gets smaller and smaller. Yay! Yay. Okay. Oh, she's so embarrassed. But this is what the blue dress looks like. Everybody likes it. Okay, so now she's so happy she'd like to wear this red dress. and so on and so forth. Now, Sammy made a Sexy Reaction 2 game. This is Sexy Reaction 2 a few years later. Personally, I don't like it as much as Sexy Reaction 1. I mean, the gameplay is pretty much the same, but the main difference with this would be, rather than video or cartoon video of the dressing, quote, undressing, you've got just a static picture, and that's just not as entertaining. That's if you are entertained by this kind of stuff. Okay. Big winner, big winner, big winner, big winner. Yay. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You got a static picture, and oh, she looks so sexy. Give me the original any day. And now you know everything there is to know about pachinko.
どう？私を見て。